Hello students, my name is Arvind Rai from LPM Public School, which is situated in Gola Bazar, and I am your subject teacher of Social Studies. Today in this video we are going to discuss our fourth chapter, that is Village of India. Okay, and in today's videos we are going to cover up the topic, that is houses of villages. Okay, or we can say house of villages. What type of house we have in villages, that we are going to discuss, and some means of transport that are being used in villages. So these two topics we are going to discuss in today's videos. In our previous videos we had discussed what is a village and what is difference between cities and villages. I have mentioned you some points on the green board, and I hope that you all have completed it and mentioned in your notebook. Students, before discussing the topic, I should have a concern regarding COVID-19, that please follow the instructions provided by the government regarding COVID-19. Please be healthy, be safe, and eat healthy, eat nutritious things to improve your health. And don't take stress, don't be panic by the news of rising cases of COVID-19. Hope you all are maintaining the precautions at your homes. Now, come to the topic. In today's video, we are going to discuss that houses in a village. Okay? Generally, we have two types of houses in villages. First one is kacha house and second one is pakka house. So, from earlier days, okay, from ancient times, in villages mostly we have kacha houses. Okay. Now come to the point. Houses in village are generally made of clay, hay, and tiles. Such houses are called kacha houses and are not always permanent. Okay. Houses in villages are generally made of clay, hay, and tiles. Okay. You are getting my points? Houses in village are generally made of clay, hay, and tiles. Such houses are called kacha houses and are not always permanent. Okay? In these type of houses, we use clay, that is a part of soil. Okay? Hay, part of some bushes, and tiles that we have in the shape of semi-rounded shape. Okay, that is fixed over the roof of that kacha houses, and they have a slope, tilted slope, in which the rain can fall downwards. Okay. Now, on second point, we have houses built of bricks, stone, and cement. Such houses are permanent and are called pakka houses. Okay. You can see it from the green board and mention these points in a notebook. Secondly, we have houses built of bricks, stone, and cement. Such houses are permanent and are called pakka houses. You can write both the difference of kacha house and pakka house. These points you can mention in your notebook. That will be helpful for you to revise it again and again. Okay. Now after this, we are going to discuss what type of some other different houses are made in Indian villages. Okay. Now see in your book, that is on page number 24. We have chapter number 4, page number, not 24, sorry, 26. In places, houses in Indian villages are built in different ways. This usually depends on the climate and the kind of materials found in that place. Okay? Apart from these two houses, that is kacha house and pakka house, in Indian villages in different parts of India we have some different types of houses made of. That depends on the climate of that region and the materials which are available in that area. Okay, so on basis of climate as well as on the basis of climate as well as materials which are available in that area, on that basis different types of some houses are also built in different parts of our country. Now, in places that they get heavy rains like West Bengal and Kerala, the houses have sloping roofs to help drain the rainwater. In dry and hot places like Rajasthan, village houses often have flat roofs. Okay? The places where we have heavy rains, for example Kerala and West Bengal, okay, two places, that is Kerala and West Bengal. Okay, houses in villages of Kerala and West Bengal where we have heavy rainfalls. In these places, houses have sloping roofs to help drain the rainwater. Okay, houses have sloping, tilted roofs to drain the rainwater. Okay, now houses in villages of places like Rajasthan, villages houses often have flat roofs. Okay, the reason which is dry and have low rainfall, for example Rajasthan, the houses have flat roofs. Okay, they don't have slopes because Rajasthan is the area where minimum rainfall occurs or there is no rainfall occurring in that region. So in Rajasthan the houses have flat roofs. Okay. Now see the next line. In some parts of northeast India, houses are built on long legs called stilts. What it is called? Stilts. Sorry. Okay, stilts. Some places in northeast India, houses are built on long legs called stilts. For example, houses are made some at up to high level with the help of these stilts. Stilts are the long wooden frames on which houses are being built. Why it is done so? Because they should prevent their house from the flood. Okay? They make their houses with some height to prevent them from flood. That flood water should not enter their house. After that, this is done to protect the houses from getting flooded during the rainy season. Okay, the point I told you, that why they make their houses with the help of stilts, because they can protect their houses from flooding or being flooded. Okay, now after this we are going to learn the means of transport. What are the different means of transport in villages, that we are going to discuss in this video, and I should run this, and we are going to discuss what are the different means of transport in Indian villages. Now students, look at these 2 points. We have means of transport in villages, and secondly we have the work that people do in villages. Okay. Now we'll talk about firstly means of transport in villages. What are the different means of transport villages use in village? As we all know, villages are small as compared to cities. Okay, so mostly in villages, villagers use their foot to travel or bicycle, and when they have to travel for long distances they use motorbike, tractor, buses, jeep, etc. Okay, these points are also mentioned in your book on page number 26, that means of transport in villages. Okay, when we're talking about, unlike a city, a village is a small place, so most villagers travel within the village on foot or on bicycles and carts. Okay, buses, tractors and motorbikes are used to travel longer distances. Okay, when villagers are traveling within the village, okay, when they are traveling within the village, okay, within the village and longer distances and longer distances. So when villagers are traveling within the village, they travel with the help of their foot, okay, foot, bicycle and cart. Okay, when they are traveling longer distances out of their villages, they are using buses, motorbikes, buses, motorbikes and tractors. Okay, when they are traveling longer distances or when they are going out of the village, they mostly use buses, motorbikes and tractors. Okay, tractor is the common means of transport in villages because tractor is also used for their agricultural purposes. Okay, so tractor is the most common means of transport in villages. After that, we are going to talk about the work that people do in villages. So you can see these points on page number 27. The work that people do in villages, farming, that is growing crops, is the main occupation of villages. Okay, what is the main occupation of villages? Firstly, we have farming. What does farming means? Growing crops. Growing crops means farming. Okay, growing crops is the main occupation of the villagers in Indian villages. Secondly, we have cattle rearing. Secondly, we have cattle rearing. What does it means? Cattle rearing. Cattle rearing means they are using pet animals, for example cow, buffalo, goat. Okay, they rear these animals for the benefit of themselves as well as use of an mode of occupation. Okay, somehow they get some money, by selling the milk products which they are receiving from these type of animals. Okay, cows, buffaloes, goats, for example milk. Okay, and some places they use paneer, chena, these all types of products which are made from milk. So they use it as a occupation, they use it as a method to earn some money. Okay, so cattle rearing, pottery making, weaving, fishing and making of handicrafts are some of the other important occupations. Okay, apart from farming, which is main occupation of villagers, they practice cattle rearing, okay, pot making, pot making, weaving, and I can mention this side, handicrafts. Handicrafts. Okay, in handicraft section we see the products which are made by their hands. Okay, so these are the occupations. Mainly they have farming as the main occupation in villages, and after that cattle rearing, pot making, weaving, handicrafts are also the important occupation in the villages. Students, you have to mention all these points in your notebook, either it is rough or fair copy. After that, after revision and after learning the concepts, you are going to mention in your fair copy. Okay? We'll meet in next video with some next topic regarding villages. Till then, please be safe, be healthy, and thank you so much.